everybody, and thank you again for joining us on another food demonstration lesson. And today's lesson is going to be on how to make pasta. That's the pre-made pasta you buy in packs in the supermarket, and adding again a pre-made sauce. Now, as always, when you enter the room, the first thing you have to do is wash your hands, and secondly is to collect your equipment. Now, it should be quite a simple one today. So the equipment that you're going to need is a metal pan. Now, this is going to be found in your metal cupboards by your sinks. You're going to need a sieve, and that's going to be in your plastic cupboard just underneath your microwaves. You'll need a plastic spoon, which is in the black drawer unit, and you'll also need one of these, which is a heat mat, and these can be found at the front on my desk, or the teacher's desk. Now, the first thing we need to do then, let's get started, is we're going to take our pan, and we're going to take our dry pasta, and we're simply going to put that into the bowl. Nice and simple. Let's just neaten up my work area like so. So dry pasta into your bowl. We're then going to have to put some water in. Now, what we need to make sure we do, we want enough water that it covers the pasta by at least, let's say, an inch. Okay, so you're going to take it to your sink, place it on it. Now, if you wanted to speed this up at home, you could boil the kettle and put boiling water in there just to speed things up in less. I'm just going to use our normal tap. I'm going to turn the tap on, and hopefully you'll be able to see in this camera the amount of water I'm going to put in. So I'm going to let that go over the top of the pasta by about an inch. I don't want my water right at the brim up here. If you have it like that, when you put it on the heat, it's then going to start to boil over. Now, as soon as you've got your water in your pan, you're going to go to your hobs, and you're going to obviously start heating that water up. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how to do that on a gas hob, because obviously that's exactly what I've got, but at some point during the video I will show you how to use our electric hobs as well. I'll insert a little video when we're ready. So let's bring it over to the hob. I'm going to place my pasta on the hob, like so. Now, with the gas one, hopefully you can see this there. I'm going to move actually the pan while I do the demonstration. So you've got this here. These are the rings that we're going to use. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to actually use the bottom right one. I think that'd be better for the camera. So you need to find which dial has the bottom right, and that's this one. Now, to turn the gas on, what you're going to need to do is you're going to press this white circular knob down, twist it until it gets to the sort of double circle, the big double circle, and whilst it's there, and whilst you're still holding down, you're going to press and hold this black button. You should be able to do that for about 7 seconds. So I'm going to press, twist, and you can hear the gas turn on. And whilst that's pressing, I'm going to press this button here, hold for about 5 seconds. Now I can see a flame, so I can release that and release that. Let's check that. That's definitely a flame there. So now I'm going to put my thing on, my pan back on top. Notice how my handle isn't sticking out towards me this way. If it was, I could bump into it, it could spill. So I always have my pan handles moving away from where it could be knocked. And that's it now. So today's lesson is all about learning to control temperature, which is what we're going to use the hob for. And I'll show you how to do that once we start getting more of a rumbly water, and you'll see what that looks like. But the other part of the lesson today is all about tasting for readiness. There's lots of different ways we can check if food's ready by using a temperature probe, so we see what temperature it is. We can see it change colour, but we can also use taste, and that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to test for readiness. So with our pasta, and I'll say this a couple of times through the video, you want your pasta not to be too hard or al dente. You don't want it to be sort of crunchy. You want it to be nice and soft, but you don't want it too soft that it's all going to start to go mushy and fall apart in the pan. So whilst it's on the heat, you've got your plastic spoon. It's important just to make sure when we give it a little stir, we scrape the bottom and the sides of the pan. Okay? If we don't scrape the bottom and the sides, what ends up happening is the pasta is going to actually get stuck to the bottom of that pan, which we don't want. Now, we don't have to continuously stir. We can just give it a little stir every now and then, tap the plastic spoon on the side, and then just place it down. Okay? What we'll do, I'm not going to make you watch this entire process of cooking pasta. We'll have a little cutscene, and we'll come back to it when the water is boiling. So you may have heard me mention in the main video about showing you how to use an electric hob, because at Oakmoor School we have a mixture of gas hobs and electric hobs in the classroom. It's important that you know how to use both. So this is what one of our electric hobs looks like, and it's really straightforward to use. You've got to make sure the socket's turned on, which is on top of your desk, and then you have these 4 dials with numbers 1 to 6, obviously 1 being the lowest heat and 6 being the highest heat. And it works very similar to the gas one. You've just got to look at which one you want to turn on by where the dot is. So for me, I've got the bottom left here, which is going to be this one here for you on camera. So it's my bottom right, I believe it's your bottom left on your camera. So I find that dot there, that's the matching hob, and I just turn it on. Now for the electric, it will take longer to heat your pasta up on electric than it does gas. So you're going to want to whack your temperature right up to number 6, but keep a close eye on it, because as soon as it starts to boil, remember, we're talking about temperature control, slowly and gradually turning that down so you get that nice rumble. Okay, welcome back. As you're going to be able to see in a second, my water is starting to bubble quite nicely. So, as I said, the key to this is about temperature control. So I'm going to come back over to mine. You can now start to see on that camera here that it's going to start to boil over. So I've got there just in time. I'm going to control the temperature just with the dial. So it's nice and simple. And all I'm looking for, you can see from this camera, is just a nice rolling bubble. Now, you can always adjust as much as you need. So as you can see from here, I've turned that down, and hopefully you'll see on the camera, I've got what I call just a nice rolling rumble of that water. It's not going to overflow, and it's still a nice bubble. So you can keep an eye on that, and that's the level you want it to be. So it's all about changing your temperature to get it to that right level. You don't want the water bubbling over the top like mine nearly did then when I was doing the introduction on the camera, but you want that water just to have a nice rumble. Now, to cook pasta, say, to sort of your required taste, you're going to want it to be rumbling in the water like that for around between 8 and 11 minutes, all depending on how you actually like your pasta. Now, as I said, whilst that's doing that, you need to make sure that you get your plastic spoon and do give it the occasional stir, and make sure you're scraping the sides and the bottom. If you don't scrape the sides and the bottom, you're going to find that pasta is just going to dry solid down the bottom. Now, another key thing to keep an eye on is that water level. Obviously, hopefully from a science lesson you know, when we heat water, it creates steam, and that water starts to evaporate and disappear. Now, at any point you notice your water level drop below that pasta level, you need to top your water up. To do that, easiest way to do it is in your plastic cupboards in the middle. There'll be a measuring jug. Fill that up with some water, go to your pan, just very carefully top up your water level. We don't really want to be carrying our hot pans around the classroom if we can avoid that. So for this, if you're just going to top up your water level, just get a measuring jug from that middle section of your kitchens, and then top up with cold water. Now, as I said again, I'm not going to make you watch this happen for 8 to 11 or 8 to 12 minutes. So again, I'll come back around about 8 minutes time, and you'll be able to see me test to see if it's ready. Okay, I'll see you then. Okay, so my pasta's now been in for about 8 or 9 minutes. So we're now going to look at how we actually test to see if it's ready. Now, I said at the start of the video, we're going to use taste as a testing point. So to do that, you're going to need your plastic spoon, and you're going to want to come over to your hob, and you're going to want to very carefully just try and take one piece of pasta. Now, you don't want to be touching it with your hands yet because it's really hot. So I've got a bit of pasta balanced on here, and I'm going to transport that carefully over to my sink, and I'm going to run the cold tap. Now, make sure when you run the cold tap, you do it as a drizzle. You don't want to make the cold tap run super powerful, because otherwise the pasta's going to come off your spoon and go in the sink. So we're just going to cool it down. Now, the key to this is, that's it, that's nice and cool now, is imagine you're in a restaurant. You don't want to be putting this serving spoon in your mouth, because if you're a chef cooking for other people and you put that in your mouth and then back into the pasta, that's going to have your germs on it. So make sure you take it off with your hands, which are clean because you washed your hands. And try. Actually, for me, that pasta's actually ready. So I don't like my pasta too squishy and soft. For some people, that might be a bit too al dente, so chewy. But for me, that's exactly how I like my pasta. So now, we need to get ready to take my pasta off the heat. So what I'm going to do, get my heat mat. It's very important we have a heat mat. We never put anything hot on our surfaces. So I've got my heat mat. I'm going to place that down, ready to go. And I'm also, excuse me, going to need my sieve, and that's going to be put by my sink ready to go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my heat off, so turn it off. Make sure the pan isn't hot, the pan handle is absolutely fine. Now when you're going to transport this around the room to your sink, it is vital that everybody around you knows what you are doing. You need to tell the people at your workstation you're going to carry your hot pan to your sink. You don't want people backing into you by accident or not knowing what you're doing. So make sure you communicate what you're about to do. You're going to move your hot pan of water to your sink. So I'm going to take mine over and I'm going to get my sieve and I'm just going to simply pour that water and my pasta into my sieve, and hopefully, I'm such a professional, I don't drop any pasta into the sink. Have I spoke too soon? Oh no, I've done a wonderful job. I'm just going to shake that gently, just so you can see hopefully on this camera any of the excess water coming through. And I also said when we were doing this, it's really important that you stir, because you don't want any pasta getting stuck into your pan. You can see there, I've got a lovely clean pan, which shows that I did well in my stirring. Now as soon as I've done that, I'm going to put that pasta back into the pan, which will still be hot, remember. I'm going to place the pan onto my work surface, and I'm going to get my pre-mixed sauce, so we pre-bought, pre-mixed sauce. This is just a tomato sauce, it's got some onions and some peppers in it. I'm going to take my mixer spoon, I'm just going to pour that into my pasta, just to keep my work area tidy. I'm just going to put that straight into the bin, and then I'm just going to give that a mix through. Now if you were making this at home to eat straight away, what you could then do is put this back on the hob, on the heat, for a couple of minutes just to heat that sauce through. But because you're going to be taking this home and obviously eating it at home, you're going to want to reheat the whole dish anyway. So there's a couple of ways you can reheat this dish at home. So I'm just giving that a quick mix. So the first thing you can do is you can put it in the microwave for 2-3 minutes, just make sure it's hot right the way through, and that'd be really nice to serve and eat. The other thing you can do, because obviously it's got the sauce in, you can just pour that straight back into a pan when you get home, put it on the heat, and obviously heat that right the way through. Please remember, when you're doing any reheating at home or anything like that, make sure you've got adult supervision just so they can keep an eye on what you're doing. The last thing we want you to do is start using ovens and so on by yourself at the moment without any adult in the house knowing what you're doing. But once you've done that, you can then pour this. This is perfect, and you'll see some pictures on the sway of what it looks like down the bottom, but you can see how I'll present it. But you're going to pour this straight into your Tupperware box, get that into one of our fridges so you know it's yours, so it's going to stay nice and cool, so bacteria is not going to start to grow on it, and then you need to start washing up all your equipment. But it should be quite straightforward, because to wash up you've only got your spoon, your pan and your sieve. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing your creations in lesson. Bye bye.